Dogs rarely evaluate their owners through dramatic moments or obvious confrontation. Instead, they constantly observe small details in human behavior to understand the stability of the relationship. These quiet observations form what dog psychology often describes as silent testing. The dog is not challenging the owner in a deliberate way, but rather collecting information about how reliable and emotionally consistent that person is. Many owners imagine loyalty as something automatic that dogs give freely and permanently. In reality, loyalty in dogs grows from repeated experiences that confirm stability, safety, and leadership within the relationship. Dogs evolve to live within structured social groups where individuals constantly assess each other's behavior. Because of this instinct, a dog is always evaluating the people around it. These evaluations rarely appear dramatic from a human perspective. A dog may simply pause before responding to a command, hesitate slightly before approaching, or quietly watch the owner from across the room. To humans, these moments seem ordinary and easy to overlook. To the dog, however, these moments are part of an ongoing psychological assessment. One of the most common silent tests occurs when the dog observes how its owner responds to unexpected situations. Dogs watch closely when something unusual happens, such as a loud noise, a stranger entering the space, or sudden tension in the environment. In these moments, the dog is studying the owner's emotional response. Calm, stable reactions communicate reliability, while anxious or erratic reactions create uncertainty. Another silent test happens during moments of routine interaction. When an owner calls a dog, gives a command, or initiates interaction, the dog quickly evaluates the clarity and confidence behind its signal. Dogs respond strongly to signals that feel calm and consistent. When signals feel hesitant or emotionally unstable, the dog may pause before responding. This pause is often misunderstood as stubbornness. In reality, the dog is momentarily observing whether the instruction carries clear leadership energy. Dogs evolve to cooperate with individuals who demonstrate stable direction within a group. When that direction feels uncertain, observation naturally replaces automatic cooperation. Dogs also conduct silent tests during periods of emotional tension. When the owner feels stressed, frustrated, or distracted, dogs immediately notice the shift in emotional atmosphere. Because dogs are extremely sensitive to human body language and tone, they often detect these changes before humans realize them themselves. In these moments, the dog may become quieter or more observant. Many owners interpret this quiet observation as disobedience or distance. But from the dog's perspective, it is simply a moment of social evaluation. The dog is determining whether the emotional environment still feels stable. Stability is one of the most important signals in canine social relationships. Another form of silent testing involves consistency over time. Dogs notice when rules, routines, and expectations change frequently. If boundaries appear clear one day but disappear the next, the dog begins observing more carefully before responding. The dog is trying to understand which version of the environment is actually stable. Dogs also evaluate how present their owners are during interaction. When attention feels focused and calm, the dog perceives the interaction as meaningful social engagement. When attention feels distracted or divided, the dog receives weaker social signals. Over time, these signals influence how confidently the dog responds. One subtle test happens when a dog simply watches its owner move through daily life. Dogs observe how humans interact with other people, respond to challenges, and handle unexpected situations. These observations provide valuable information about emotional stability. The dog learns whether the owner behaves predictably or inconsistently. Dogs do not perform these tests with negative intention. They are simply using their natural social intelligence to understand the structure of their environment. Within a stable relationship, these evaluations quickly confirm that the owner is reliable. Once reliability is clear, dogs usually respond with deep loyalty. Dogs also evaluate the emotional tone of interaction rather than just the behavior itself. Two owners may give the same command, yet the dog responds very differently depending on the emotional energy behind it. Calm confidence tends to create immediate cooperation, while frustration or hesitation often leads to slower responses. Dogs are extremely skilled at detecting these differences. Another silent test appears during moments when the dog seeks connection. A dog may approach quietly, sit nearby, or gently place its head against its owner. In these moments, the dog is observing how the owner responds to the attempt at social bonding. Consistent positive responses strengthen the relationship, while repeated dismissal may reduce the dog's attempts to connect. Dogs also notice how owners respond to small mistakes. If minor errors consistently trigger frustration or tension, the dog begins approaching interaction more cautiously. This caution can appear as hesitation or emotional distance. From the dog's perspective, however, it is simply learning how to navigate the relationship safely. Because dogs rely so heavily on observation, they often understand human behavior in ways that surprise people. They notice patterns in tone, posture, and attention that humans themselves rarely recognize. These patterns allow the dog to predict how interaction will unfold. Prediction creates emotional security. Dogs also test consistency through routine cooperation. When an owner gives familiar instructions repeatedly, the dog learns what level of clarity and stability to expect. If those signals remain consistent over time, the dog's responses become faster and more confident. Confidence grows from predictability. When predictability disappears, however, the dog naturally becomes more cautious. Instead of responding immediately, it begins observing the owner more carefully. This behavior may look like independence, but it is actually a moment of social analysis. The dog is determining whether the instruction still carries meaning. Another silent evaluation happens when the dog encounters new environments. Dogs often glance toward their owners to gauge how they should respond to unfamiliar situations. If the owner appears calm and composed, the dog usually relaxes as well. If the owner appears uncertain or tense, the dog may become more alert and observant. This process reflects the deep social connection dogs evolved with humans. Dogs naturally look to trusted individuals for emotional signals that help them interpret the world. When those signals feel stable, dogs navigate environments with confidence. Stability strengthens the bond. Many of these silent tests occur without the owner ever noticing them. The dog simply gathers information through daily interaction, adjusting its behavior accordingly. These adjustments are part of the dog's natural intelligence rather than a challenge to authority. Dogs are constantly learning about the people they live with. When owners provide consistent signals of calm leadership and emotional stability, the results become very clear. Dogs respond with stronger attention, faster cooperation, and deeper loyalty. The relationship feels easy and natural. This clarity allows the dog to relax within the social structure. Small moments of stability often matter more than dramatic gestures. Quiet consistency builds trust far more effectively than occasional bursts of energy or excitement. Dogs interpret these steady signals as proof that the relationship is dependable. Dependability builds loyalty. The idea of a silent test may sound mysterious, but it is actually a normal part of canine social behavior. Dogs are constantly evaluating the people around them to understand how the relationship functions. These evaluations help them decide how confidently they should respond and engage. Observation is one of the dog's strongest abilities. When owners understand this process, the relationship becomes much clearer. Instead of interpreting hesitation as stubbornness, they recognize it as observation. Providing calm consistency allows the dog to complete its evaluation quickly. Once that evaluation confirms stability, the bond becomes incredibly strong. Dogs do not require perfection from their owners. What they respond to most strongly is reliability. When reliability becomes visible through everyday behavior, dogs respond with trust that can last a lifetime. In dog psychology, trust is the foundation of loyalty.